This weekend, Boss Level, a new hard R action movie from Joe Carnahan, the director of The A-Team and The Grey, drops on Hulu. The film stars Frank Grillo as well as Mel Gibson, so let's talk about it. In Boss Level, Frank Grillo plays a former Special Forces operative who finds himself in a time loop on the day that a group of assassins is trying to kill him. So if you're even mildly familiar with my channel, you probably know that I like R-rated action movies and time travel, time loop type stories. So when I heard that Joe Carnahan was going to do a time loop action movie with Frank Grillo and Mel Gibson, I was sold instantly. I didn't even watch the trailer for it because I knew I just want to see that and I might as well go in fresh. Finally, I was able to watch the movie last night. It comes out, I guess it comes out today on Hulu, so you can actually check it out as soon as you finish this review. With that said, if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Is this your type of movie, or was it a bit too much for you? I'd love to hear your take on it. And let's get started talking about the good. And let's get right to the point. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
I like it a lot.
I am the target audience for movies like this. The premise of it's Groundhog's Day except it's an action movie. I'm sold. Like right there, I'm sold. But then when you throw in a solid director, even better. And then Frank Grillo, I dig him in these roles. He does a lot of movies like this, and he does it because he's very good at it. So when you team him up with Joe Carnahan, they have like a production company where they do these hard R action movies for adults. I'm on board for almost all of them, and I enjoy almost all of them. And then I heard Mel Gibson's in it. I mean, these are all just, I am the person that these movies are designed for, and it lived up to my expectations. A big part of what makes it so much fun is that the day starts with him right in the middle of the action. And so every time it resets, the action immediately picks right back up, and it's done with this hyperkinetic energy. Not that it's like cut to pieces so you can't see what's happening, but it just has a lot of energy. It's certainly hyper reality, slightly cartoonish, but in the best way possible. They're having a lot of fun with the ridiculous scenario. They lean heavily into the concept of the video game analogy of if you're in a time loop and you're trying to beat the video game and figure out the right moves and the timing of everything, and did you forget everything, said one specific thing. Like, it leans heavily into that, and it goes for all the fun that comes with it. And so you keep looping through a fun set of scenarios, and they kind of go places with it that you have machine gun fights, you have car chases, you have him learning new weapons skill sets to be able to beat some of the assassins that are coming after him. And it just delivers on the fun that you want from all of that. It also has a pretty nice sense of humor. It's definitely an R-rated sense of humor. It's not going to be for everyone, but you know, it just leans into the ultra violence of this and the you kind of almost being desensitized to what's going on, because you see Frank Grillo die so many different ways and in some very violent ways, and that's part of the fun and the jokes of it, is that he's driving and he forgets when something happened, so he gets in a car accident and he's thrown through a bus, and he sits up and everyone else is freaking out, but he's like, he knows he's about to die, and so he's grinning. Other times he gets shot and he's like, oh, it's the worst to die like this because, you know, it takes longer to die, so I'm just sitting here in pain. It plays into all of it with so much fun, and the whole time it's kind of skipping out of order between it's told non-linear, and so it talks about, oh man, this went really bad on attempt number 57, and that's the energy that it brings of having fun with the concept. This guy kind of trying to figure out this adventure that he's on. And if you like hard R, macho, testosterone filled action films, video games, that sort of thing, there is a lot here to put a big smile on your face. And it does just enough to have some heart without forgetting why people wanted to watch the film in the first place. And so there is kind of a plot line, a character arc in regards to his relationship with someone in the past and family connections. And so you do get a bit of emotion in there without it being too much, without it being too much of a distraction from the actual hook of the film. Just giving a little bit of layers, giving the character a bit of an arc, being more than just the guy that's good at killing people. And so just in general, it delivered everything that I wanted based off the premise and the people that were involved with it. I'll just say right now, this is a clear early front runner for most fun action movie of 2021.
Excellent!
From there, let's move on to the mixed aspects of the film. And these aren't necessarily good or bad, but it's to have proper expectations going into the film. And you have to know, this is the Frank Grillo show. If you look at the poster, you got a big shot of Mel Gibson there. And, I've been a huge fan of Mel Gibson basically as far back as I can remember, being in the second grade on a football team, and someone described the movie Lethal Weapon 2 to me, and I went, that is my new favorite movie, and I haven't even seen it yet. So I've been a fan of him for 30 years. So him being in an action movie, he's not bad or anything like that. He's just not the focus of it. His character isn't written to have a bunch of big flashy moments. The poster has Michelle Yeoh on there. She's basically a cameo. It's a fun cameo. I really like the little touch that she adds to the film, but it's a cameo. Ken Jeong, he's in the film. It's a bit part. It's a fun bit part, but it's a bit part. And it's a lot of Frank Grillo doing his thing. So just go in knowing that's what it is. And all of these small parts, the different assassins, they're all fun characters, or like Rob Gronkowski is cast in the film. So it's a lot of people that are fun to be in these parts, but they're small parts. It's the Frank Grillo show. You just need to know that going into the film. From there, let's move on to the bad. And, only big complaint, there's a little bit of some pacing issues here and there because the movie is so hyperactive when it comes to the action, and it kicks off and, 15, 20 minutes straight of filling you in on this character's attempts to make it to survive till lunchtime, what it takes, all the different ways he's died. And he's like, well, then in attempt 37 happened. I figured this out. And now I'm able to do this. And if I want to have a day where I have a little bit of free time, I do this before I die at this. It's just so hyperactive that when you get to kind of the character moments, you feel the energy just drop real fast. And you need those character moments to kind of set up or give you some of the exposition you need, establish kind of the character arc elements to it, know what's going on, that it ends up being the main plot as you get into it. But you can feel the energy just drop. In particular, whenever Naomi Watts' character shows up, basically, it's like action, 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 quick, fast, stay starts over, make it to the next level, things happen. Naomi Watts, and we linger on this section for a while, and it's just real slow. And that's honestly my only issue, is that the pacing maybe could have been a little bit better. Found out, you have to have certain times where the energy goes down, but how do you make those scenes still pop? You have to put something in there. Later in the movie, there are some other character moments, and I don't want to go into specifics or anything, and those ones popped because I think they had some emotional satisfaction to them, whereas the early ones, it's the Naomi Watts section, I think, it just slowed down. And they didn't find the way to make that pop the way all the action popped. And just beyond that, it's a movie. It is not trying to be the greatest action movie of all time. It's not aiming to be anything like that. It is just aiming to be a good time for people that love movies with a high body count, lots of blood, and having fun with the carnage. And that's exactly what I wanted, and that's exactly what it delivered. Real quick, before I give you my final score on this one, be sure to let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. Also, what's your favorite Joe Carnahan movie or your favorite Frank Grillo action film? I'd love to have a nice discussion down below in the comment section on this one. Honestly, I just had a lot of fun with this movie. Only minor little gripes about things here and there. This movie knew exactly what its target audience wants, or I wanted, and it delivered it.
Groovy.
And it was a lot of fun. Overall, I'm gonna go with a B+ on the entertainment scale. It's an 8.5, and if you like hard R action movies, absolutely check this one out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more content, check out that video right over there. I don't even know what it is. I did already thank you? I think I already did. Talk to you later.